In today's video, I'm just going to be making a name sign from a Dollar Tree round. I'm just going to be creative. We're going to be learning how to make stencils with vinyl so that we can paint the wooden round. This is just kind of like a craft with me type video. It'll be a little bit long, but it was just a fun project to do. I don't get to do projects like that where I'm very creative. Well, kind of creative, right? Very often on my channel. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Leslie. My channel is all about crafting on a budget. I do Cricut, sublimation, and sewing videos. So if any of those things interest you, please consider subscribing, joining my YouTube family, and let's just jump into this video. So this is the wooden hanger decor. It's a circle. I think I measured it. It's about 12, I think, or is it 11? Let's see, let's measure it again. It's about, yeah, it's almost 12 inches. It's about 11.75 on all sides. And we're just gonna start off by taking out the rope part. And I'm just gonna put that to the side. For now, let me show you the barcode. I will try to have it linked down below if I can find it. But that's the barcode. And let's start working on this. So this is kind of my inspo picture. It's obviously not gonna turn out like that, but we're gonna try to make it beautiful. I love these like very neutral colors. So that's kind of what I'm gonna go for. I'm just gonna work with colors that I already have in my craft room so that I don't have to go and buy some. So these are kind of the neutral colors that I've found in my collection of paint. So I just have this light mocha from Walmart. It's a really pretty kind of like dark cream color. I also have this golden brown. And this one's on the more gold side. It is kind of brownish, but it has a gold tint to it. Then I have this one from Dollar Tree. This one's in the color Red Oxide. And it's really pretty, but I was also thinking if I don't want to use it this dark, I have some white paint and I can just blend colors to, you know, lighten it up a little bit. This is also from Dollar Tree. And then I have this pretty barn red from Walmart. And I love this color. Like, it's so pretty. It's like, it's red, but it's not like burgundy. Like, it's just pretty. So those are the colors that I'm gonna be working with. So I'm gonna start off with trying to just do these. I wanna do these swirls that are here in the bottom. And I don't want it to be a super in your face color, I guess. So maybe we'll do it with this golden brown color. I'm just gonna put that on the side and I'm just gonna use this brush. I don't remember if I got this at Dollar Tree or Walmart, but it's not too thick and it's not too thin. So I think I should be able to get good, good swirls. Wish me luck. Maybe I should take a pencil and do that first so that might be better. So that I'm not totally freehanding it. And then in my inspo, they also have that on like both top sides. Now I'm just gonna take that paint and paint them in. And then to get in those, like close to that line, I'm just gonna use this small brush. This is from Dollar Tree. And that's just gonna let me get like more precise. Now I already weeded my HTV, and now I'm gonna weed the stencil that we're gonna create. We're gonna start off by taking our weeding tool and just digging it in one corner. And this is just gonna take off, we're gonna take off the whole border here, like that. And you can throw this in the garbage. I have this little paint thing from Dollar Tree where you put in your paintbrush to clean it. I like to use this to collect my vinyl as I'm going through. So instead, normally when we would weed this, right, we would weed around the objects. But now we're making a stencil, so we're gonna weed differently. Instead of taking out the border on the outside, we're gonna take out the actual shape. You can, I find it better to use like, and then as you're taking it out, you can just throw it in a container or whatever you're using. For the flowers, I'm leaving the middle part. I will, after I paint using the stencil, I would probably go in and just paint that circle part myself. So I'm just gonna weed out all of our shapes. And again, we're just weeding out the actual shape because this is the part we're gonna paint. And these flowers might get tricky because they have those little lines in there. I should have pulled it more carefully. So I can always just place these back. But you do want to be careful with the intricate parts. So with those parts, what you can do is as you're pulling, kind of take your weeding tool and hold it down so that that part stays down and kind of sticks to your backing. Just like that. So now that we have weeded it all out, we're gonna get some transfer tape. I like to use this duck kind of like clear shelf liner. And I'm just gonna cut it to be roughly around the size of my stencil. And then I'm just gonna take off one corner. Okay, so as you get it on one part, you can take your scraper tool and just start scraping it slowly, kind of pulling the backing as you go. So just scrape it and rub it down really well because you want to make sure all these intricate parts are really stuck on there. Then we're just gonna flip it and slowly start peeling it up. You want to make sure, again, that these very intricate parts are sticking. And it might help to kind of just put some pressure as you're going through. Just pressing down as you're moving it, that kind of just helps it stay in place. And now you want to get your Dollar Tree round or whatever you're putting it on. And we're going to transfer it on here. So you want to make sure you kind of hold it up and only place it down when you're sure it's where you want it to be. Cut this and do it individually just because it's not. There's some parts that aren't necessarily where I want them to be. So I'm just gonna cut it by sections. You can leave it as one whole one, but I just think there's some things I want to shift around and make sure they fall like where I want them to be. And you can trim down your excess vinyl. Okay, so I think that's where I want this one. And when you know where you want it, just use your scraper tool And then just start taking out that transfer tape very carefully. You can lift up and cut any excess vinyl that is in the way of maybe somewhere else where you want some to be. And if you want, you can trim the sides. I'm not gonna bother. This is not really gonna affect anything. So now we're ready to paint. You don't have to use as much vinyl as I use, like waste as much vinyl. You can be very intentional about your vinyl placement, but I just know that I'm not gonna be using this vinyl for anything else, so I might as well just use it up. I'm just gonna get my paints so that I can start painting. So now that you have painted everything, you're just gonna let everything dry before you remove the vinyl. So make sure your paint is completely dry before removing the vinyl. So now that it has dried, you're just gonna slowly, if you're using these Dollar Tree ones, you wanna be very careful because the wood can kind of lift up, kind of splinter a bit. So you just wanna carefully just pull it. And then for all these like smaller pieces that we still have, you can just take your weeding tool and just very gently start lifting it up. So now we're just gonna work on doing the HTV. I'm gonna add the HTV to it. And then I'm gonna go in and use some paint markers to fill in some of these parts in here. And then, so this is kind of what happens when part of what could happen if you take out the vinyl before it's dry. I had some paint splatter. So I might just cover these up with like hearts or something. I'm not sure yet. So I'm just gonna take my HTV that I cut out and I'm gonna figure out where I want it. I'm just gonna take a Teflon sheet to kind of, well, maybe I won't need it because I'm just gonna place it right here. So I'm gonna use my Easy Press Mini and I'm just going to start applying my HTV. You can use some heat tape if you want to tape it down, if you feel like that's necessary. I don't feel like it is, but we're just gonna go in circular motions all the way around until I feel like it is adhered properly. And you'll kind of notice some bubbles form. It's a good sign that it's adhering. Okay, and then you can just gently try to peel it off just to see. So you can see where it needs to be adhered some more. It's on there pretty good, but I'm just gonna take a Teflon and just quickly go over it again, just in case. But it looks pretty adhered to me. I have these paint markers that I've had for a while. I have some from Dollar Tree and some from Walmart. I'm just gonna use that to fill in these circles. And I'm gonna start just painting the middle. I'm kind of debating if I should even do that or just leave it. I'm gonna leave the butterflies because I know I'm gonna mess that up if I try to go in. But I'm wondering if I can do some sort of hearts here. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this dry. It's not the best cover up. But once it's all dried, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get some polyacrylic and I'm going to just cover the whole thing. That way it can just be sealed and kind of look glossier and nicer than what it looks, because this is pretty matte. It actually looks pretty cute. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cute for being my first one. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was super fun to do. I love the outcome. It had a little fails up in there, but overall I do love the outcome. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and just crafting with me. I hope you craft along and did your own thing while watching it. Thank you guys again so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.